The Jurassic coastline at Lulworth may be famous for its fossils, but there's plenty of young blood looking to make their mark at the 50th European FITASC Sporting Championships. At the start of the final day, and with 6 layouts completed, Christophe Houvert from France is in front with 141. The nearest challenger being Andras Joudali on 138, joint second with Martin Myers. The organisers want to make the 50th anniversary of this event special, and Lulworth Castle delivers a fitting backdrop for this popular event.
I don't think you could ask for a more beautiful setting for a European Championship. Unfortunately, it's been pretty much marred a little bit by the wind. Well, I say a little bit, quite a lot by the wind. And it's affected the targets, definitely. There's no question of that. I mean, there's a huge amount of time and effort gone into this. And, you know, a fantastic venue, but probably been marred a little bit by the weather. You know, every country puts on a different event. We're no different. We've been to some fantastic events and we've been to some ordinary events. You've got to take the rough with the smooth, and there's no point in you know, talking about it in any way, shape or form. It's very easy to criticise. It's better to be constructive and get it right for the next time.
The event demands a great deal from the shooters. They have to be on their game for 4 consecutive days. There are 8 very different layouts, 2 are tackled each day. Graham Brown has once again created a great course utilising every nip, tuck and plunge Lulworth has to offer. And the bad weather and wind has made the targets that much harder. His shooting school, Purbeck, is just down the road, and he's been wanting to host an event here for years.
Having grown up around here for a long time, I knew this was a spectacular area. I didn't realise how spectacular it was until I actually spent a week working on the ground, looking at the views from various locations and having time to do that. So it's a unique opportunity to set something up right on my doorstep. We had quite a lot of rain last year. We got quite a lot of wind this year, so it's always a problem. I think the rain is better than the wind because at least with the rain the targets stay consistent, but unfortunately with the wind it buffets and there's nothing we can do about it.
The brands are here and the rest area is kitted out, but it still feels like there's something missing that would add to the grandeur of the scenery.
Yeah, I look forward to these events every year, the European Championship, the World Championship, but I don't know, this one didn't have that feel about it, you know. It's been quite an empty on the entries. As you can see, there's just not many people hanging around. I feel sorry for the shooters, you know. There's a lot of restrictions on what you can shoot. When you're in a park like this, it's a lovely setting, but obviously the owners don't want the trees shot, they don't want the land shot. So there's only so much you can set, but then that means you've got to set them up in the air, and unfortunately the wind has come through, and if it's up in the air, it's been affected. So it's difficult because nobody knows the restrictions placed on Graham. You know, Graham's a very good target setter. He hosts a very good shoot. So for him to put them all up in the air as they've been and being wind affected, that would suggest to me he's had restrictions. So it's very easy to sit here and criticise when you don't know what restrictions he's had placed on him. So I'm not going to criticise the event as a whole. I just think there was a lot of things that could have been done better, but to do it better you need more cash. To get the cash you need more entries, so it's chicken and the egg, you know.
Last year's competition saw a dramatic shoot-off between Mark Windsor and Mathieu Delmar. Delmar taking the crown. This year, it's for Houvert to lose.
Yeah, won't see that again, hopefully. For me, I'm not really going to be placing anywhere. I will be sort of here, there, and everywhere, really. For me, I was back in the hunt, and now I've fell away a little bit. So, I would like to be thinking today that I'm going to put a bigger score in than yesterday. A strong finish is always how I've always thought. I've never been kind of, oh, I've shot bad, I'm not going to try now for the next 2 days. I'm always going to go out there and give it my all. That's how I've always thought, and I've always been like that in this sport, you know. So hopefully today I'll get a bit of that back and put a nice score in to finish, which will keep me somewhere in the name rankings, you know, hopefully in double figures.
There is plenty for everyone taking on the course.
The targets have been very, very good. Very technical. And not always hittable, in my case, but all very good.
Bueno, pues yo creo que ha estado un poco complicado por el viento y por las condiciones meteorológicas.
A little bit complicated because of the wind and the weather.
Testing, very testing. The wind, you know, it's made it very, very difficult. I mean, you think you've got a straightforward shot on a bird and you pull the trigger and the wind displays it out your shot. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. But it's been the same for everyone. We've all probably had a bit of bad luck along the way. You just have to take it, basically, and get on with it.
The scoreboard is the place to be as the final results come in. In first place we have Christoph on 1.85, second Martin and third Andras.
All the winners are happy. That's the most important. It was a fantastic competition, very hard, very difficult with the wind, sometimes the rain. So it was a beautiful competition.
With the castle as the backdrop, it's the perfect finale to the FITASC at 50. Congratulations to Christoph.